Good afternoon. In yesterday's class, we have discussed the static shear bus drive operation and its performance. Now, today we will see the closed loop control of a static shear bus drive. And we know in yesterday's class, we have also discussed about the applications of a static shear bus drive, where in fan and pump drives, we will use static shear bus drive, right? So in fan and pump applications, the braking is not required generally because the fluid pressure provides adequate braking torque itself. So in particular, a fan and pump drive doesn't require any braking action. And to maintain the constant fluid flow with variations in the pressure head and the nature of pumped fluid, the drive is operated in a closed loop control or in a closed loop operation. So for that purpose, the closed loop operation of a static shear bus drive is shown in this figure. You can see here, this is the closed loop operation of static shear bus drive. It contains an inner current loop. You can see this is the inner current loop here. This inner current loop is provided to limit the converter and motor current, or indirectly we can also provide the control for the motor torque below the safe limit, because the torque is depends upon the current, right? So this inner current is used to control the torque indirectly under the safe limit. And this operation can be explained in two types, because you can see here the speed sensor is used to sense the speed as usually, and the actual speed and the reference speed both are compared, and the speed error is generated here. And this operation mainly depends upon two types, which is a positive speed, which means the reference speed is increasing, and the negative speed error, which is the step speed is decreasing. So these are the two different conditions. Let's see how it will operate. An increase in the reference speed, which is omega m star. This is omega m star. An increase in the reference speed omega m star produces a positive error here, because this is high value and this is the actual speed is low value, so the positive error will be generated here. The speed error is processed through this speed controller, you can see here, and which is also applied to the limiter, circuit limiter, or we can say speed limiter, which saturates even for the small speed error. So this limiter provides a proper limit in order to stabilize the motor condition. So this speed limiter will be the limit of this speed limiter or circuit limiter is given for a small bandwidth or a narrow values, so that the limit will be, the value of that error will be within that limit only, so that the motor performs in the steady state performance, operates in the steady state performance. So for that purpose, a speed limiter is used. Consequently, this limiter resists all circuit current for the inner current control loop at a value corresponding to its maximum allowable current, which is the reference current, that is ID star. So this ID star is produced by this current, this limiter. When close to the desired speed, when the actual speed and the desired speed or the reference speed, when these are very nearer, then this limiter desaturates. That means the limiter, the value which comes from the speed controller is within this limit only. That means steady state is reached, because within the limit of operation the current is produced, which is the difference between actual current, actual DC current ID, and to the reference DC current. Here the current generated, here the generated current is known as the reference current, which is ID star here. So if this speed error is very low, that means the actual speed is very nearer to the required speed, then the speed error will be very low. That means the value which is the processed through the speed controller will be within this limit. That means the current, reference current, which is produced due to this speed limiter will also be very nearer to this actual current value. That means it shows that the induction motor is operating under steady state condition. So indirectly we can say that the motor torque is equal to the load torque. Under steady state condition, if this motor is working under steady state condition, means the torque produced by the rotor of this motor is almost equal to the load torque. That means it is capable of handling that proportional load. So this is for positive speed error. That means the error here, the speed error is positive. So for this operation, this is one case. And second case, if this speed error is negative, that means actually the motor is working with a speed of, let us say, 1200 rpm. Now we want to decrease this 1200 rpm to 900 rpm only. So that means in the set value we keep 900 rpm here, but actually the motor is running at 1200 rpm, 1200. So that means here the generated error will be negative error. So a decrease in this reference speed omega m star produces a negative error here, negative speed error here. And the current loop at a value corresponding to this maximum allowable current. That means when close to the required speed, current limiter desaturates, means the reference current which is produced here is ID star. This ID star now also decelerate. That means it shows that the speed is reduced. So accordingly, the current, reference current which is produced by this speed limiter or circuit limiter will get reduced, and which is compared with the actual current of the circuit. See, this actual current is taking from the shear bus drive, and this is a DC current, because here, see, you can see this is a rectifier and this is inverter, as we have seen in the yesterday's the operation of shear bus drive in yesterday's class. So in between we will have the DC current. This DC current is compared with this reference current, so that this current controller processes the error current here, and this error current is stabilized by this controller, and which gives to the firing circuit. And here this firing circuit operates accordingly. This firing circuit produces the alpha, which means firing angles, to the thyristor which are present in this inverter circuit. Here we are having an inverter circuit, and the inverter output voltage completely depends upon the alpha value, where this is a full control rectifier, three-phase full control rectifier, as we have seen in the previous class. This full control rectifier, the alpha is always operating between 90 degrees to 165 degrees only, because this full control rectifier has to perform inversion operation, right? So for inversion operation, the alpha must be greater than or equal to 90. That is the condition to get the inversion operation with the help of full control rectifier, right? So we can operate the alpha value from 90 to 180 degrees, but for the safety commutation issues, we are restricting the alpha value to 165 degrees only. So this is the operating range of the alpha value. This range of alpha can be modulated based on the speed that we have given here, whether it is a negative speed or whether it is a positive speed error. This negative speed error and positive speed error will generate based on the set speed and the actual speed when compared with the set speed. If the error is negative, then the generated angle will be different. If the set speed is positive or the speed error is positive, then the alpha value will be different. So based on this, the alpha value will be modified accordingly. This is how the closed loop operation of static shear bus drive will operate.